Good morning, SC viewers. This is Satellite Media. If you are new to this channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Let us look at this one coming from Daily Post. It has to do with crisis within Tinubu's camp. This time around, there is a protest, and this time around, guess who is leading the protest? The governor of Borno State, Babagala Zulu. Let us look at the position of the North. Remember that someone like Nasir El-Rufai is very resolute in his position. He already brought the lives of Atiku, the lives of Sule Lamido of Jigawa, so many people, even the lives of Malami together in what look like the North preparing ground to chase Tinubu out of Asura. That is not enough. The Northern Elder Forum want to very soon make their position known. And here we are, Tinubu is trying to make inroad into the south to see whether he can use to make up the number he will be losing in the north. Let me get a take. Do you think Tinubu can make it back to Asura in the light of the position of the north?
There's no vacancy in Asura.
How?
Tinubu is a capable president. He has what to take to win any election.
But when you say there's no vacancy in Asura,
there's no vacancy in Asura.
In 2027, all the political parties will be contesting for that position.
How many parties that can stand today? You see PDP now. Tell me a party that you know his name today. Among the party, tell me one party that you know their name.
No, I'm talking about the North coming together.
My brother, forget about North coming together. Are they not APC in the North? At least in the 19th state of the North, at least APC will have about 14 to 15 states. My brother, don't let anybody deceive you.
No, we are not looking at the
election of 2027 have been concluded. You can see people rushing to APC now. Election will be never hot for Tinubu. Tinubu is a very strong president. You can't stop him.
He's trying to protect the interests of his political godfather, talking about Shettima, the vice president of Nigeria. And reading from Daily Post, let us get it, what he's saying. He said 2027, crisis looms in APC as Zulum-led protest over endorsement of Tinubu without Shettima. I think it's going to show that Shettima has been sidelined. Don't forget that this is not the first time we are trying to bring this particular development, but each time the presidency have a way of trying to wave it off, saying that there's no issue of that nature. But this time around, we are hearing from the horse's mouth. He said crisis is looming in the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, as the governor of Borno State, Babagala Zulu, on Sunday led a protest after the party's leaders endorsed President Bola Tinubu for re-election without including Vice President Kasim Shettima. Of course, this is the zone of Kasim Shettima, Northeast, and they could clearly sense marginalization. They could clearly sense relegation of their son, who is the vice president. You go for that to say that APC National Chairman Abdullahi Ganduje and National Vice Chairman Northeast Comrade Mustafa Salihu at a Northeast stakeholders meeting in Gombe on Sunday endorsed Tinubu for a second term without acknowledging Shettima. Equally go for that to say that Ganduje and Salihu had to be escorted out of the venue under heavy security as delegates protested over their failure to endorse Shettima. You go to show that something is fishing. Shettima is already being sidelined. I will bring you some angle to this, but let me finish what we have here. It's a following the development, the meeting ended in coerce. Reacting to the development, a public affairs analyst, Abdul Aziz Maibi Abubakar, said it could be the genesis of a crisis in the party. Now, I think from what we are seeing, though we shall go on the street to get the reaction of Nigerians, what they are saying secret to this development, but from what we are seeing, Do not forget that someone in Tinubu's government recently resigned, talking about Baba Ahmed, who was a political advisor in the office of Shettima. And at the time he resigned, there was speculation that he resigned because of the way and manner Shettima is being treated in government. And there are indications that Shettima is being relegated, is being sidelined. And if you watch closely, you observe that Shettima is not visible in activities of government. That may be perhaps preparing the ground to silence him and ultimately bring in someone who the president may want to negotiate to run with him in 2027. Because the way it is, the coalition that seeks to unseat him is becoming stronger. Looking at the likes of P2B being in the coalition, looking at the likes of Atiku Abubakar being in the coalition, looking at the likes of Nasir El-Rufai, the former governor of Kaduna State, being in the coalition, looking at the likes of Rotimi Amechi, the former transportation minister, and equally the former governor of Rivers State, being in the coalition. I think the president is wary of using a Shettima in 2027, considering the opposition that is mounting against him and considering the inability of his government to deliver on the mandate he is parading. And of course, we understand that at a point, the CPC bloc in APC was ready to pull out. And as you have it, there's already a crack among the CPC bloc. Because Amakura, who of course we understand is the leader of that group, who was touted to be preparing ground to pull out of Tinubu's camp and APC, possibly to join the coalition. At a point, it was speculated that the Tinubu camp is trying to lobby him. And before he knew it, he actually came out to address the press and he debunked the impression that he's pulling out. But contrary to his opinion, we saw the likes of Malami, of course, who is strategic in Tinubu's CPC bloc in APC, who was the then Attorney General of the Federation under Buhari's government, came out to speak publicly that Amakura lacked what it takes to represent the group. And Malami have since identified with the coalition. We have seen the likes of even the former Chief of Army Staff talking about Tuko Brutai, who worked with Buhari, who is seen as part of the CPC bloc, currently synergizing with the coalition, saying that he is for perhaps the former governor of Rivers State, talking about Rotimi Amechi. We have equally seen even Nasir El-Rufai. Of course, we know what Nasir El-Rufai stands for. Nasir El-Rufai is a very close ally of Buhari himself. And of course, before Nasir El-Rufai defected from APC to another political party, he made it very clear that he consulted Buhari and that it was with Buhari's consent he did that. So you go to show that Tinubu is not comfortable with all this. That may be influencing the reason he may not want to use Shettima, considering the political weight of Shettima in the north. And there are speculation out there that if his negotiation with the Kano politician, talking about Kwankwaso, if the discussion work out, that he may likely use Kwankwaso as a running mate come 2027. Another issue, you look at Baba Chilawa, who is equally strategic in the CPC. That is the former Secretary to Federal Government under Muhammadu Buhari, has since identified with the coalition. Of course, he played a pivotal role in that regard. But we shall be going on the street to get the reaction of Nigerians, what they're saying about it. And of course, we bring in the comment, the perspective, the opinion of Nigerians on this issue. Thank you as we go on the streets. The Biafra evangelists, let us look at this serious protest in the north. This time around, led by a serving governor, Zulu, the governor of Borno State. And this is not far-fetched. The party leadership, under the leadership of Ganduje, the APC national chairman, went to Northeast yesterday to endorse Tinubu for second term 2027 election. And Shettima was conspicuously missing. There was no mention of Shettima. So the people revolt. And it took the effort of some agencies to whisk the governor out of the scene. Let me get your reaction.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are watching us. My beloved brothers and sisters, I remember humble say one and the only Biafran evangelist. We are not two, we are one. I want to announce to you what happened yesterday. That protest shows that they voted for Shettima. They did not vote for Tinubu.
So that is what it means.
That is what it means. That is the message that they are passing across. That because of Shettima, we give you our mandate. Because of Shettima, we put you there. Because of Shettima, we mobilize and we convince our people. All our hand, our leg was on the what? On the voting, the polling unit. Because of Shettima, for our brother to be there. Now you are mentioning Tinubu. They did not vote for Tinubu. They voted for Shettima. And the person they voted for, you people are doing campaign now and you did not mention him. That means you did not recognize him. Moreover, before now, Shettima have already cried out that he doesn't know who is the vice president, whether Tinubu or him, Shettima, is the vice president. Because the job and the duty of Shettima is what Tinubu is now running. So he's not happy. And now you now taking a lady over there and you did not make mention of him again, their own person. So what do you expect? I'm not surprised for what has happened that yesterday. It was too obvious. You understand? Even if it were you, my brother, you will react. Yes. So they reacted and their reaction in one way or the other is highly welcome.
But the way it is, because there are speculation out there that Tinubu may want to settle for someone else as he's running mid country 27. They have somebody that have more weight, more political clout, more voting, that command more followership. Someone like Kwankwaso, so if eventually he's able to come to terms with Kwankwaso.
Now listen. You see why those people revolted with the protest. So there are so many things on the ground that provoke them. They have seen the handwriting that there is every eventuality of Tinubu or probability Tinubu removing their own person. And you have the audacity to come there and say it. Then you have to go to the place where Tinubu want to pick and do such, not in their own watch.
No, this is speculation. This is as if they came there to say it.
But
they
did not say it. But action speaks louder than voice. When they went there in the very first place, did those people chase them away? Did they revolt? Did they protest? Did they fight? No. They waited and heard them. So based on what they had, make them to do what? To react. That this rumor we are hearing, this thing we call rumor, is not actually a rumor, but it's a reality. So on this, they have to fight. And let me tell you, there is something I want you to understand. The way this thing is going now, it is a very clear message and a signal to Bola Ahmed Tinubu come 2027 that the Northerners are actually coming out to go against him. And with this thing that is going, it's polluting and poisoning the heart of many Fulanis, to be precise.
But Shettima is a Kanuri man. He's not a Fulani man.
Hello, who is the chief and co of Boko Haram and the rest? Is Shettima
but
not?
The question I want to ask here is, if Tinubu drop Shettima, are you saying it will come with consequences?
My brother, let Tinubu play with caution. It's not a joke. Let Tinubu do what? Play with caution. Look at Shettima being there, and Nigeria is like this. What if their own person, knowing the ground that Shettima have gained in terms of all this group that are disturbing the country, you know what it means? And let me tell you, even if you pick one person is like when you sell dog, buy monkey. So the same Ian Tuku cannot beg you. Do you understand? So they are all the same. Both of them are bed of the same feather. No difference of mentality, no different mindset. All of them are going the same direction. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu, whosoever you are picking or whosoever you want to drop, play with what? Caution. 2027 is not going to be easy.
Now let me even bring this angle, because the way it is, Southerners are saying they are likely going to unite in support of Tinubu if the North is still parading this ownership mentality of Nigeria.
But they cannot change from that. It has been part and parcel of them. In fact, permit me to use the word of inborn. In fact, they are born with it. So you live it and you cannot take it away from them. And Tinubu knows that. And for your information, they are the ones that say, oh, yeah, Bola Ahmed Tinubu come to power. They themselves now play the game for him to be there. They can as well play the game in all the... Don't you see the way they are pointing on his face? Despite the fact that he's an president, see the way that we come up, see a whole governor coming out to lead the protest. So, and you coming to east here, south here, say that you are colliding, you want a collusion, they are raising flag for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. My brother, how many are they? And they pay for themselves. When they come to election, are they going to give him the votes? Are they going to force me to vote for APC based on the situation on the ground? Are you getting it? So it is not a game of maybe by party or by this. It's going to be a game of the indigenous citizens. Then after the citizens, the court. After the court, I said the court, the INEC. After the INEC, the court. You know, Tinubu have already started playing a game. The very day he make Kekereku as the CJN, the Chief Justice of the Federation. I said Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going somewhere.
No, the point is, in the judiciary, once the CJN retires, the senior, the most highest ranking officer becomes the new CJN.
The new CJN.
That's the tradition.
That is the tradition. According to what?
And Kekereku happens to be the most senior at the time.
Okay. Now, if it's like that, according to the law you quote, what happened to the IG? Is IG 10 or not expire? Which Igbo?
I'm not talking of IG, I'm talking about judiciary.
I'm talking about, I want to refer you somewhere too. Which according to the law, the man supposed to by now go down for another man to, but they extended his tenure. See, my brother, this is it. Forget that thing. I know what I am saying. Because it's an Igbo man that will assume the office. But because being an Igbo man, antagonist, anti-Igbo. So Igbo man must not be there. Then he decided to extend his tenure. So don't just bring a law or constitution into this. So I know what I'm saying and I know the angle I am going. And I'm telling you the pure facts of what is on this country, what is going on.
How pure is the fact?
I'm proving it to you. You are trying to prove to me according to the law. I prove it to you according to the law too. But to see the way they bend it. But because that one, why the law now stand? Because that one is a Yoruba. Adebeli is an Igbo. That law will not stand. It will not stand. That is why I quoted IG. In the case,
I don't want to, because
so,
in the instance of it,
I want to balance it.
In the instance of it, the judiciary is different from the police that is purely under the purview of the president. The president do not entirely regulate what happens in the judiciary. They have a body that regulates it.
Don't say so. I disagree with you.
But let us go away from that.
I disagree with you.
No,
I tell you why.
It's not about disagreement, it's about the position of the law. Yeah, let us go away from that.
Did they follow the law?
But away from that, let us go deeper into...
Because I wanted to bring some...
let us go deeper into the 2027 election.
Okay.
Because even the North, before now, I made it clear that voting for Tinubu in 2027 was a mistake. In 2023 was a mistake. A mistake they say they don't hope to repeat in 2027. And I think that perhaps explains the reason Tinubu is trying to re-strategize in terms of maybe changing his running mate for the purpose of 2027. But the way it is, his strategy seems to be hitting brick wall. Because on one hand, we see the likes of Atiku, a P2B, and Erufai forming coalition, which may even force Tinubu to abandon Shettima for a stronger candidate in the north.
And who do you think is the stronger candidate?
His calculation, I wouldn't know, but there's speculation out there that he may zero in on Kwankwaso. And
that Kwankwaso you are thinking of, well, how effectively do you think that Kwankwaso will like to partner with Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
It's give and take. Politics, there's no permanent friend, there's no permanent enemy.
Okay, that is what you think. But when it comes to North, it is a different ballgame. That is one thing I want you to understand. It is what? A total different ballgame. And let me tell you, Because of this, that is why Bola Ahmed Tinubu is trying to come to the east, you know, to collide now. Now he remember us, he remember the southeast. But before you know, he included Baba leave that until 2027, may not to take over. They have been the one who let.
Well, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Because there are speculation out there that the president or rather the government, they want to use Nnamdi Kanu to negotiate for 2027 vote from the southeast, the Biafran land.
I've told you,
think it will work?
I told you before that the case of Nnamdi Kanu comes as a case of political. Tinubu is playing politics, and he wants to use Nnamdi Kanu to play politics. But I love one thing: Tinubu can only tell those like Ohaneze Ndojo Ndigo, those ones, so those elders that don't know their rights, he can use it as a, and those governors. But let me tell you, after releasing Nnamdi Kanu or whichever way, in the name of giving him vote, I will not vote. We Biafrans will not vote for Tinubu.
Even if Nnamdi Kanu is used as a bait.
Even if you use Nnamdi Kanu, you cannot use our person like Nnamdi Kanu to play politics. Nnamdi Kanu is far above even the president himself in terms of, but there is what we call policy and principles and dignity. And you are using somebody like Nnamdi Kanu to play such game. That is a nonsense.
So it means, you mean it will not work out?
Kosheshe. Amamenata. Nnamdi Kanu is far above that level. Don't you see the level of Nnamdi Kanu?
Let me ask you
the level of all this. Do you think Nnamdi Kanu is all this?
Let me ask this question.
On the street.
Because when the possibility of political solution to Nnamdi Kanu travel was at the front burner everywhere in Nigeria, we saw the likes of Senator Eni Abaribe leading his colleagues from the eastern part of the country to meet with the Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi, to seek for political solution to the end of the trial and release of Nnamdi Kanu. Apart from that, we are seeing minority caucus in the House of Rep approach the issue advising Tinubu to release the man. Now,
unconditional.
If in the event that Tinubu see that this election is coming close and I leave vote for this region, I know that Nnamdi Kanu commands large followership. Well, I now release him. Don't you think it will endear him into the heart of those people from the eastern part of the country? Consider the fact that he was not the one that arrested him, that it was Buhari that arrested him.
Of which, on that note, he's supposed to stand and not to even. He don't need to wait for it. He's supposed to, on that, I don't have issue with you. You see, there is a saying that a good market, a good product sell himself. There are things you need to do. You don't need to come publicly and begin to let what you do campaign for you. You don't need to wait until now. You say trial upon trial. You want to visit the country. You want to get all these ones. No. Immediately as soon as you use your hello, my people. See, this man, according to the law, is not fighting against it.
Let me take you to this angle before I let you go. Because as we speak, Israel is having serious conflict with Iran.
Iran, yes.
And the Iran government seems to be cautioning Israel. We have seen countries like United States of America saying they didn't take part in the bombing of Iran. But recently, Trump has come out to say the way it's going that America is likely going to get involved.
Yes, now.
We have even seen Emmanuel Macron of France saying that Israel have right to defend itself.
Yes.
And
you
where
can
it's going?
see UK too.
Where it's going? This conflict, I understand that Igbos have Iju extraction. See that the president of your country, Senator Bola Tinubu, is cautioning Israel.
Nigerian president is not my president.
He may not be on the part of Israel. What is your take as Igbo man?
My brother, I will advise Nigerian states to stand by the side of this issue. They should not involve themselves.
They should stand aloof.
Yes.
And watch.
And watch. Because these are the big boys. They are the big boys.
Okay, Nigeria is not among the big boys.
Ordinary Nigeria, na free do anything. I beg put that one. Put Nigeria one side. The ordinary Boko Haram.
If I may ask you this question, who do you support?
Me?
Yes.
Who do I support?
Yes.
I definitely support peace. But anybody who...
No, I'm talking about conflict between Israel and Iran.
I do not support the conflict, but as it is now, the way the things is going, I'm a Christian, I follow Christian nation.
Then in that case, who are you supporting?
I'm supporting my brother, Benjamin Ezesinachi, which is Benjamin Netanyahu.
You mean he's your brother?
My elder brother.
In faith.
I'm supporting him too. That's why I said that.
So say that your own country is not on the same line with you. What is your advice to the government?
My own advice to Nigerian government, stay aside. Our former president say I step aside. Let Nigeria stand on the fence and be watching them, because those ones are two giants. That they are testing their strength and their power, which Nigeria is nowhere to be found in that aspect. So Nigeria should just and watch.
Now, what do you make of the notion from some quarters that Israel is the aggressor? That Israel attacked Iran without provocation?
Anybody that says that they don't know record, neither did they have history. Go and check since 1990. These people have been disturbing Israel, Iran, threatening and disturbing Israel. Even when Israel was fighting Gaza, they are attacking Israel. They attacked Israel. Even October 7th, they were part of the people which Israel said, if they discover, they are one of the people who partnered in that attack. Do you understand? So this...
You can go on.
Do you understand? So all these things, regard to what I have said, so far so good. You say why Israel rose up now or rise up now against Iran. And let me tell you, Iran have some limits of which that their nuclear weapon could reach. But Iran is going beyond. According to UN agreement, according to the agreement, so the enrichment in that has gone beyond. So, and
you know, enrichment of uranium,
yes,
that will potentially give rise to atomic bomb and nuclear.
All those ones, all those things. And these people are terrorist nation, and they are building it beyond. And on that note, nations, so let's forget Israel now. Those people, if they are allowed, they can unleash it at any time, and it will affect both even knowingly and unknowingly people. Do you understand? That is why everybody is scared of that, and that is why Israel decided. You can see what happened. They did not attack this, and they just went straight. Even all those places.
As a way of
cosmos, let's you know.
As a way of rounding up
as
a way of rounding up this conversation, it's even in the media space that even Israel warned Iranians who were staying close to those facilities
to stay
away before the bombing.
And they
so want to show that they were not interested in human casualties.
No, they are not interested. What they are interested is on that Iranian issue. And at the same time, after listening to Netanyahu, he said it categorically. Those wicked leaders that have been marginalizing and humiliating you people for over 45 years. So these are the people they are against, not Iranians.
Thank you very much for your time. I'll say a very big thank you for your time.
God bless you.
You're
welcome.